Hey everyone, welcome to Season 2 or Chapter 7 of the Double Attraction Paradox. And this is Media Interpretation number 4, focusing on Sabrina Carpenter's Nobody's Son. And the main theme for today is dissecting toxic ties behind loving potential and familiarity. So, Sabrina Carpenter's Nobody's Son is a reggae pop song that utilizes simple lyrics and slow tempo beats to describe the singer's exhaustion and limerence over her desire to discover love within a one-sided relationship. According to my interpretation of the lyrics, the singer experiences discouragement seeing how all of her friends formed love, and considers herself a third wheel in someone else's relationship. In other words, she perceives herself as someone whom her friends often rely on for support, yet she receives little emotional support in return. Because the singer feels that she cannot rely on her friends to help her find genuine love or a meaningful relationship, she eventually decides to take a break from her own partner so that she can grow emotionally. However, the singer is left feeling unable to rely on him for genuine love and commitment. This is a turning point that forces her to confront her own longing to find inner happiness and break free from attachment. Furthermore, she compares her lover to society, seeing how he's like the rest, so fine and so deceiving. Through my interpretation of this lyric, I argue that society has its own opinions about one's physical attributes and ideas, causing conflict between insults and compliments. This proves that criticism may shape someone positively or negatively, but people view themselves through the lens they choose to adopt. Each person possesses a unique perspective of others based on past experiences, trauma, or inherited behaviors. Within relationships, it is a matter of choice between two people to accept inevitable conflict, diverse point of views, and personal choices rather than allowing obsession and silence to define the relationship. From the lyrics of this song, toxic relationships arise from one-sidedness due to egocentric behaviors, emotional neglect, and infidelity, or perhaps cheating in other words. Due to a lack of emotional reciprocation and vulnerability, the singer feels hopeless and forced to tolerate disrespect from her partner, leading to romantic isolation and lingering emotional distress. In relation to the double attraction paradox, there are circumstances in which partners may fall in love with another person's potential because that person possesses a unique trait that creates positive impressions extending beyond unrealistic realities. This was cited from Craft 2026, page 45, and this is called the halo effect. When combined with limerence thoughts, the halo effect can cause people to separate fantasy from reality, creating scenarios in which potential is mistaken for guaranteed success. In reality, healthy relationships depend on wisdom, self-awareness, and mutual effort rather than idealized expectations or self-validation. And when people become emotionally vulnerable, they often lower their emotional defenses and place greater trust in their partners. But if that vulnerability is not reciprocated, the other partner may appear apathetic, or in other words, callous, or unsympathetic. They may also fail to demonstrate that emotional accountability toward the more vulnerable individual. Over time, people may develop trust issues or codependent behaviors that lead them to seek validation from others. Similarly, people may also form idealistic expectations of romantic partners. Some individuals expect their partners to possess the attractive qualities they desire, believing those traits will benefit the relationship. Though, investing excessive value in potential rather than reality may lead to frustration and lower self esteem, making it difficult to find genuine relationships based on clarity, respect, and mutual reciprocation. Every person possesses unique traits, diverse backgrounds, and individual life experiences. And even if a partner does not resemble the idealized person we imagine, healthy relationships encourage people to appreciate one another's authentic character rather than judge each other against unrealistic expectations. To this day, people remain attached not only because of a partner's potential, but also because familiarity provides a sense of emotional comfort, despite the relationship's unhealthy dynamics. Sabrina Carpenter sings the lyric, "What a familiar feeling," alongside her melancholic, desperate voice to create an emotional emphasis that expresses how emotionally drained she has become by her partner's callousness and emotionally damaging behavior. Because the relationship is characterized by ambiguity and one sided avoidance, the singer is forced to process her own thoughts and pull back to recover her self esteem and break free from attachment, even if it means embracing abandonment and letting go of an idealized future. Last but not least, I interpret the title Nobody's Son to suggest that the partner's emotional immaturity and avoidance may be rooted in past family experiences or unhealthy relationship patterns. Sabrina Carpenter explicitly sang this lyric, "Could you raise him to love me maybe?" as a desperate plea for emotional reciprocation and reassurance. In my opinion, this lyric carries an ironic meaning behind it because the singer appears to plead with the partner for return affection and loyalty in hopes of fulfilling her desire for a long lasting romantic relationship. But my interpretation through the lens of attachment theory, it contrasts with the lyric. Why? I believe healthy relationships do not depend on anxious attachments or on pleading for another partner's affection. Rather, they require patience, courage, clear communication, and mutual love to maintain an intimate and respectful bond. In conclusion, Sabrina Carpenter's Nobody's Son explores the consequences of a one sided investment that fails to maintain emotional connection and stability. Because limerence creates fantasies, individuals may expect their partner to return the same level of investment, which can lead to tolerating disrespect. When experiencing limerence or intense emotional obsession, people may become hyperfixated with someone else, which can affect their self esteem and shift their attention away from their personal growth. But even worse, people may try to capture another person's attention to fulfill their own happiness. Alongside idealized romantic expectations, these factors may lead to superficial relationships that lack the emotional clarity necessary to sustain both partners. By demonstrating mutual appreciation for each partner's authentic character and fostering loyalty, honest communication, and direct conflict resolution, listeners can invest in a genuine relationship built on reciprocity, trust, and emotional maturity without having to question their partner's romantic devotion and commitment. And that concludes media interpretation number 4, chapter 7 of season 2 of the Double Attraction Paradox. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode.